Welcome back, listeners, to Full On Reading, the space where we dive into the magic of reading, the science behind it, and how it intertwines with every facet of our lives. I'm your host, Nitya Rangarajan, and today we are wrapping up an incredible journey we've embarked on together over the past 3 weeks. We've explored the realms of guided reading, tackled the challenges of subvocalization, and expanded our horizons with peripheral vision techniques for speed reading. Each step has opened new doors, not just to reading more efficiently, but to understanding ourselves better through the pages of our favorite books. But as we know, every skill, every habit we wish to master requires consistency. So, how do we maintain this momentum? First, set small daily reading goals. It's not about how many pages you can devour in a sitting, but about the regularity of picking up that book. Second, keep a reading journal. Reflecting on what you have read not only deepens your understanding but reinforces the habit. And finally, join a reading community. Sharing your journey with others can immensely boost your motivation and consistency. Now, as we continue to evolve in our reading journey, there is a vital piece of the puzzle we haven't fully explored yet, the profound connection between our emotions and reading. This week, we have a special guest, an emotional health coach, who is here to guide us through this intricate relationship. She is an inspiration to all of us. We are proud to welcome Dr. Uma Arora, who is an emotional health coach and an author of 3 books: How to Live an Emotionally Effective Life, Shades of Life, and Into the Wild. Thanks for being a part of our reading challenge, Uma. Thank you so much for joining. Over to you, Uma.
Hi Nitya, so thank you so much for inviting me here to speak about emotions and our emotional and mental health connection. Yes, books have a deep connection, especially when we read it on a daily basis, on a regular basis. Reading itself is a beneficial exercise for our brain, for our mental health. And if we are reading certain books, then it's definitely a win-win situation. Okay, when I say books, there are physical books, there are e-books, there are audiobooks. But most important is that when we pick up a paperback, like these books are called paperbacks. So these paperbacks, when we pick up and read, they have a special influence on us. So we first, why? The moment we pick up a book and start reading it, what happens? The first reaction on our mind or our brain is the stress gets reduced. Why? Because the moment we read something, we open a book and get immersed in the characters. We get immersed in the kind of narration that the author has created. So we are in a different world altogether. Okay, so that is very important, that the way read books to reduce our stress. And then second is that when we pick up a book and when we start really reading it, our emotional resilience builds up. Why? Because now when we are reading a book, we are connecting to characters who are like us, facing many challenges, many ups and downs of their life. They are facing conflicts and they are doing conflict resolution within their life. And when we see them deal with their situation, with those critical life situations that they are facing, we become emotionally charged, we learn so much from them, and we really validate ourselves also. Third benefit, that we start validating our own self, because in those characters, so creatively the author has written, and the author has created the characters that are so much like us. Many of us identify those characters with us. They talk, they walk, they sit, they speak just like us, and they may be wearing dresses, they may be wearing the outfits, they may be dealing with people, they may be meeting people the way we imagine someday to meet people, or we are already doing it. So in a way, we validate those characters, we put a stamp that yes, these behaviors are approved behaviors. So when we approve their behavior, actually we are approving our behavior. So in that process, we become emotionally resilient, we validate. And also, not only that, we become self-reflective. When we do self-reflection on our own characters through this whole journey, through this whole spectrum, we become more self-accepting. We accept our behavior, and that acceptance, my dear, changes our belief system. The moment we change our negative belief to positive belief that yeah, ye character to acha hai, I like this character. The moment we like that character, we fall in love with that character. Actually, the process is that we fall in love with ourselves, and there is no greater happiness than falling in love with ourselves. And in this whole creative journey of reading a book, reading and meeting the characters within the book, we do our own mood enhancement also. When we come back home, we are tired, from work and everything, or within the household when we have working we have had a hard day. When we sit down with a book and read and create an environment for us, it really uplifts our mood. We start living the joys and happiness of the characters. And sometimes a humorous book, if you read P.G. Wodehouse, you would laugh with those characters. And that humor somewhere works on your emotional health, somewhere works and charges your mental health. You become emotionally resilient, you uplift your mood. Books become your best friends. This is not just an adage. They really do become your best friend, and they become a stimulation to your imagination also. The kind of world that a character faces, or the kind of world, a journey that the author has created, it takes you on a different creative path, and you stimulate your senses. All your six sense organs are stimulated. You see, you visualize that world, you hear those sounds that the author has created, you feel it in your heart. There is thumping of the heart, there is pumping of blood, there is a flow in your body, and sometimes we perspire also when we are connecting to those imaginative scenes that the author has created. In the end, what I want to say is that reading takes you on a mindful journey. When you are living those characters, when you are living in those scenes on a journey, sometimes you go on a mountain, and sometimes you're splashing in the water, sometimes you're swimming, and sometimes you're hiking, or sometimes you're just sitting in a beautiful garden. All these scenes create a wonderful aura for us, and we become so present in that one moment that we are reading that book. So my friend, enjoy that mindfulness. Go and read, pick up a book. I would share my experience that although I'm an emotional coach and emotional health coach, I've written this book, Emotions, How to Live an Emotionally Effective Life. And I've also written a book, a children's book, Into the Wild, Adventures of a Lion Cub and the Warriors of the Greenwood City. But the book that I've picked up to read right now is Agatha Christie's Cats Among the Pigeons. This is a thriller, and it's a very, very old book. It's been there in my library. I've not read it for many years, but I picked it up to read during this reading challenge. And I'm happy to share, I'm reading every day 15 to 20 minutes, some pages, and I'm really enjoying this process because it's uplifting my mood. I'm feeling mindfulness, I'm building my emotional resilience. And of course, I'm feeling empathetic towards myself and to all others around me also. So go ahead, take these benefits to your heart, enjoy the benefits of reading, especially reading books today. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nitya. Over to you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about books and their benefit.
Incredibly said, Uma. It's clear that reading isn't just about the words on the page. It's a dialogue with our deepest selves, a key to understanding our emotions and navigating the complexities of mental health. Listeners, as we close today's episode, I encourage you to embrace reading not just as a habit or a skill, but as a pathway to emotional resilience and self discovery also. Let's carry forward the techniques and insights we've gathered, weaving them into the tapestry of our daily lives, transforming each page turned into a step towards a more mindful, emotionally aware existence. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay tuned for more episodes that explore the transformative power of reading. Until next time, keep turning those pages. Happy reading!